going to be bad audio quality because I'm in a bathroom, but I'm going to quickly go over how I remove my prints, clean out the fat, and level my bed. So I just finished this print. First thing I do is make sure it's 90 degrees and remove my prints. It's about the way I want them to come off. That means I'm about the right length for my burn-in time. Too much harder and little less and they'll fall off. More and it means they'll just be harder to get off, and why would you want that? So now let me run a paint clean, get my support, put it in the corner, apply a little pressure so it's nice and, not a lot of pressure, just a little bit so it's nice and secure. Run the tank clean. I run mine for 15 seconds, but we'll do 10 so it doesn't take as long. You'll hear the motor kick on. Let it run for the full 10 seconds. Usually keep just a little pressure on these down. Again, not much. The way I pill it is I pill it up from the corner and out. Just make sure that you're not trying to fight the whole film. Should come off really easy. Usually let it drip for a little bit. It's a little messy, but not too bad. Alright, I don't want it to drip all over my printer, right in the trash. Probably should have had a paper towel ready. Alright, so my tank is clean. I'm going to level the bed, which I only do this maybe once a month. First undo the screws. Make sure they're loose enough where the bed's going to move freely. Tell the bed to go home. Sorry, I can't see the LCD, but there's a home button on every single printer. Now the bed can move freely. It's going to go down on the FET with resin in it. This is going to simulate what it's like to print. The paper method, I have to remove the vat. I have to put the vat down on something, even though it's got legs, it can still sag and hit. I'm exposing the LCD for drips. I'm taking a dirty build plate and I'm putting it on the LCD. Even if I try to clean it, I put paper down. You might all notice there's still some oil residue that's left over, and it's just a lot more work. So now, I'll take my 2 fingers and I'll put a little bit of pressure, not pushing hard. I'll just slowly start going through and tightening these up. The first tight's just enough to kind of, where I get a little bit of grip, not a lot. I'm doing a crisscross pattern while keeping a little bit of pressure down on the build plate. If you've got a ball joint build plate, you'll want to make sure you line it up a little bit, make sure it's not off tilt. But there's overhang on even those ball joints, so it's not that important. Just as long as it's not completely off, you're fine. I'm going to switch the tool over, give everything one last tighten. I'm not going so tight that I'm worried about stripping out my bolts. We're not talking about tool still here, we're talking about aluminum bolts. Maybe you've just got steel bolts, but pretty much going to aluminum block, so yeah, don't treat it like tool steel or it'll strip it out. Alright, so I'm all level. Next thing I do, and some printers don't have this, but if you've got a Z equals 0 or something to basically zero out where the build plate is, I zeroed it out, I hit OK, it raises up. At this point, I've reset my 0, I build my build plate. Now it's ready to clean my prints, and then I'm done.